They don't want any of that. All of the stuff that feminism told you. This is the problem, though. We have listened to what women have to say about men for way too long. We've allowed feminism, TV, The View, The Talk, all of these women dating shows where most of these women are single, dictate how we view men and how male and female relationships are supposed to go. These women don't even have this telling you all of this dating advice. They haven't even been married. They haven't stayed married. They have absolutely no clue about marriage or what it takes to be in a successful relationship or even what it takes to be in a relationship God's way. It's a journey that you're always going to be on that you're going to have to learn. And I don't know all the answers either. But what I'm saying is, for too long, we have listened to women's views and we don't listen to men. And then when men have come along in the last few years with these podcasts and all this stuff, and they are telling women, this is what we want, this is what I want, this is what I desire as a man, we say, no, y'all don't want that, because we've listened to 60 years of women telling us what men want or should want. And now when men are actually telling us this is what we need, this is what we want, this is what we desire from women, we don't know what to do with it because we've been programmed to think a certain way about men or think men want a certain thing. Men are they're much more simple than we think. And once we learn that, we'll be fine. Hi wives, hi future wives. Listen, I have a Cash App. Okay, Proverbs 31 University. Donate if you feel led so we can take this ministry far. Also, join my mailing list to get your free The Wife Mindset Guide. And it is for you to learn how to have the mindset to be married and stay married, to get married. Come on, we're getting married, Black women, this year, forever. We dismantle singleness in the Black community in Jesus' name. Jesus' name. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Now, listen, I want to talk about this video that I saw. This man, he goes around, he talks to rich people, he does street interviews, he asks them, how they became rich, how did they get their money. But he did a video that recently went viral. He went up to rich men and he asked them, would you prefer a stay-at-home wife or a woman that makes her own money? And not to my surprise, a majority of the men that were questioned said they wanted a stay-at-home wife.
Do you prefer a stay-at-home wife or a woman that gets her own bread?
Stay home.
Stay at home.
These are my 4 kids.
Well, the reason is because masculinity has to be earned and femininity has to be protected and preserved.
Stay-at-home wife or a woman that makes her own money?
That's a good question. No, I like women to stay home.
Stay at home.
Yeah.
Do you prefer a stay-at-home wife or a woman that gets her own money?
So it's a really good question. My wife, I'm very blessed because my wife is very talented. She got her own education. She went after it. But when we had our first children, guess what? She stepped aside and raised our kids probably till they were about 15, 16.
Wow.
And then went back into the work field.
Yeah.
So for me, I am very grateful that she made that sacrifice.
Yeah.
Made me fight even harder, right, to support her in that.
Do you prefer a stay-at-home wife or a woman that makes her own money?
Both.
Both. Why is that?
So my wife stayed at home with the kids.
And that's the hardest job.
Yeah, hardest job.
Yeah.
Not a shock at all. Not a shock, feminist. Not a shock at all. Feminists love to say that a man should want to equal. Why would a man want to be with a man?
Well, hold on on that. Hold on. Now, hold on. I'm not going to say that. Hold on.
That wants you as a woman to have manly attributes. That's strange. So I wasn't surprised. Now, there were some men who were millionaires that said, it doesn't matter to me or whatever. But a majority of the men, he did 2 different videos, and a majority of the men in each video said, I want a stay-at-home wife. I think it's going to be better for my children. Either they came from a stay-at-home situation and they thought it was good for their childhood and their culture. There were some people who were Middle Eastern and their culture is more conservative and that's what they desire. And they just feel like that is the best way. They want to provide. They want to get the money as the man, and they want their wives to stay home. And I thought it was great, and I was not surprised because that is literally human biology. I've said it before. There was a study that said a majority of millennial women with children 18 and under want to stay home if they could. If they could, they want to stay home. They don't want to be slaving outside of the home. They don't want someone to raise their children in daycare while they're outside making sure someone else's family is stable by being an employee to that person's company. They want to raise their own children, build their own little empire in their own house. And that's the Proverbs 31 wife. That is the Proverbs 31 wife. That is the Titus 2 wife. Keepers of the home. The Titus 2, the older women should teach the younger women to love their husbands, submit to their husbands, be keepers of the home, manage their homes. Well, it's hard for you to manage your home if you're working outside of your home 40 hours a week every day. As a woman, that's difficult because by the time you get home, you're not going to want to cook. You're not going to want to clean. You're not going to want to make sure things are organized. You're not even going to want to spend time with your kids, to be honest. You're exhausted. I know this for a fact. My husband works all day. When he gets home, this man is amazing. He is Superman. I am thankful to God. He spends time with our children, right? But there have been times where he's come home and he mistakenly went to sleep. He was with one of the kids and he goes to sleep. And I'm like, baby, the kid, wake up.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
But he's exhausted. And so sometimes when he's tired like that and I see, and I'm around and I see that he's gone to sleep, I just take the kid and we play and I let him sleep. But it's not easy to come home after working all day, all morning long, and then you come home and you play with your kids. It's not easy. I see my husband do it all the time. He's amazing, but I know he's exhausted. By the time the kids go to bed, he don't even want to talk to me sometimes. He's like, baby, I'm just tired. It's not, we do talk, but it's like, I get it. He's exhausted. He's exhausted. He has spent all day working. He came home and spent hours with the kids playing and doing things with them. Now he's like, I just want to sleep. And I understand. So if you as a woman want to have a family, the best way I believe is to do it by being a stay-at-home wife. Now you may say because of the economy, because of, inflation, it's not possible to have one income. But I do still believe that if you do things God's way and you honor God, he will make a way. He will make a way for you to stay home because he knows the desires of your heart and he wants to give you those desires that line up with his will. And I don't believe the Bible would specifically tell a woman to be the keeper of her home if that's not what God wanted. So if you go to God and say, God, I want to be a stay-at-home wife. I want to stay home, take care of my children, have the flexibility to go here, there, do all these things while my husband works. I believe he will give you that because that lines up with his will. It's the only issue is when our motives are wrong or the things we ask for don't line up to his will. But that is something that are good motives. You want to stay home with your kids. You want to watch your kids. You want to be with your kids. You want to, take care of your home. Make sure it's a place where your husband can come home and rest. And you want to raise your kids. There's nothing wrong with that at all. And I believe God will honor that. And I also believe it's about what we prioritize as well. And so a lot of the men in the video said, I want to stay at home wife. And it's also funny because these are like high value men. You know that term high value man? And a lot of women say they want a high value man. Well, not every man is a millionaire. A majority of men are not millionaires. But if you do want a man that's on the trajectory to being a millionaire or will be a millionaire, this video, 2 different videos is telling you that most men want a woman that's going to stay at home. So if you're going to have this mindset that you're going to work outside of the house and be this boss chick and have somebody else take care of your kids and all this other stuff, you're not qualified for a high value man.
What did she say?
Because they don't want a woman that is doing what they're doing. because they know how hard and how tough that is. And then you add on children, and then you add on a home and keeping that up. And you think that you're going to be able to juggle that and working outside of the home? Just be thankful that the Lord is blessing you with a man that has that type of vision where he wants you to stay home. He's giving you the ability to stay home because he has a job that is paying well. So you can, and do what you can. Make your house a home, baby girl. And this is the funny thing because, there was a man that a lot of people did not like. And he used to tell women that called in on his show all the time, what do you bring to the table? Or why do you think you deserve a high value man? Regular, average, everyday women wanting a man in the top 10%, in the top 1%. And it's like, you don't even know what a man like that wants. I heard someone say that men who are lawyers didn't go to law school so they could marry their peer. And that's why we have to get the feminism out of our minds, because we have to realize that a majority of men, especially traditional conservative men that a majority of women desire, leaders, men that we want, they don't want that mindset, because that mindset is a destructive mindset. It's saying that you and I are equal. And sometimes it says that I'm better than you. I'm above you. And what I say goes. Well, a man can't lead if that's what you're thinking about. So if you want to be married, if you want to do things God's way, if you want a man that is going to take care of you and your family and provide for you to stay home, it can happen. I'm also not saying that you can't have a side business and work from home and sell things and do things. I'm not saying that at all, but the main priority should not be working outside of the home for 8 hours a day. And then thinking that you're going to come home and take care of your responsibilities. Now, you may say, for those women that are in those type of situations, you may say, well, I do it. I muster up my courage and I do it. But wouldn't it be better if you didn't have to do it like that and you could clean when you wanted to because you're at home? Then you not stressing out your husband, nagging at him. And then you're good. The house can be clean. And listen, sometimes the house isn't clean as a stay-at-home mom. My house isn't clean every single day. I'm in a truly busy season right now. It's a lot going on. And my house is not cleaned every day. Between picking kids up, taking them here, taking them there, having this appointment, going here, going there. Sometimes you don't clean up every day. So also we have to get that thought that we're going to have a perfect house and everything is just going to be perfect and laundry is always going to be done. That's not the truth. It's not always like that. But when you are able to stay home and you have a husband that understands, you have the flexibility. So if you want a man that is high value, understand that these men do not want a feminist. They don't want a girl boss. If you want a traditional man, he may not even be high value in finances. But if he's high value in his mind, if he's traditional, a lot of these men want a woman that stays home. And a lot of women statistically want traditional conservative men. Socially conservative men. That's just the truth. I will post the link below if you don't believe me. God bless you.